Hello and welcome. So today I'm talking about Expendables 4. Now I did a video about maybe a month ago about kind of the reveal of the cast. It was, it was 50 Cent and Megan Fox and Tony Jaa, which was the most kind of exciting thing about that cast. And it was very mixed. It wasn't very well loved reveal. But today in this video I wanted to kind of wait off a little bit, kind of really this is going to be quite a meaty video. There's going to be a lot to talk about here, but I'm going to talk about the filming. There was photos and even more casting announcements that we got, which I knew was going to come. I just thought, yeah, I didn't think that was going to be it. I had a feeling there was going to be more, and obviously now there is, which is great to talk about. So I'm going to kind of do this in a rough kind of order, kind of going through this kind of video, just kind of saying step by step of what kind of was roughly kind of announced, I think, at that kind of point in time. So first of all, to obviously talk about, filming did begin finally for Expendables 4 on September 29th, which was very exciting, and the kind of first kind of picture that was that really made its way out from Stallone himself and Jason Statham. He also showcased this same photo of Stallone and Statham together, and I was very mixed in the photo. I was a bit like, oh, I don't like that costume Stallone is wearing. I'll do kind of a comparison photo of, I love the costume he wears in the second and third one. He looks great in that costume, he really does, but it's just photos of him, I don't think he looks particularly great. I don't like the vest, it's a different vest. I don't think it looks good on him either. I hope that way he hasn't put on his belt yet and all that, because I don't like that he's not wearing the kind of nice gold belt that he had in the second and third one. I thought, it's a nice looking costume in that second and third one, and I think it's a shame. Even like the logo on his beret, it's like, in the second and third one, it was clearly like there was a black background, I think, that kind of merged into the beret, but then this one, it seems to have a white one, and it really sticks out, and it just looks like a very discount kind of costume, and I wasn't huge on when I kind of saw that. But so yes, filming began in London, so they were getting away with that. There was a nice, we got some kind of nice kind of reveals, kind of nice photos. There was a first photo of seeing Dolph Lundgren as well. There was a photo of that. There was also a photo of, it looked like in the same scene of seeing Stallone and Jason Statham rehearsing as well, which was quite nice. As it says, like, this is what, Stallone is really great with social media. We're getting these photos and showcasing just of the filming has begun. There was an interesting one that I actually saw that was just kind of quick to talk about here. There was this photo of Statham and Stallone together, but in the background you actually notice the words, which I think it looks like clearly Rusty's, which now, if you remember Expendables 3, that was the place they used to go, like there was a bar scene, and it was Rusty's they went there. So assuming that we're going to have New Orleans locations, but probably like the third one, where it was clearly Bulgaria, like they mostly film the Expendable movies, and it was just kind of a set decoration to make it look like New Orleans. Unlike the first one, where they clearly went to New Orleans, and there was a lot of location filming for there. So I just thought that was a nice little kind of tidbit from that one, really, I kind of got from. Another kind of quick one I just wanted to talk about, which actually kind of happened kind of later a little bit, quite very recent of doing this video. There was a nice photo of Randy Couture, 50 Cent, and I forget the woman's name who actually posted the photo on Instagram. But it was just a nice kind of scene, again, another kind of photo part of the filming. Now, the biggest thing that actually happened about a month, not even a month actually, into the filming, Stallone actually confirmed that he was done, and that he's actually kind of done with the franchise. He was saying goodbye to the franchise, and that he's passing on the baton to Jason Statham. I might do a video on this actually on its own, what I think could happen to the future of the Expendables, because this has been something I've been thinking for some time, and I think this is perfect. I love Stallone, but I think it makes a lot of sense to pass the baton to Statham. He's a lot younger, he's a damn good martial artist as well, and I think it would be the best move for the franchise, and to bring in more kind of his age stuff. I want to see Vin Diesel, Dave Bautista, Keanu Reeves. I think that would be really good for the franchise, and a great step forward and great way to push it. Now, kind of lastly here, actually talking a bit more kind of casting announcements, which I kind of thought was going to end up happening. The first one, which was quite, I didn't realise was actually confirmed till a couple of days after, is that Eddie Hall is going to be in it, which it's just kind of is a nice little kind of bit of casting. It feels very kind of, Hulk Hogan and Rocky 3. It feels that kind of, right, you're just getting, okay, they're not, an actor, you're just getting them simply for, obviously, what their talent is. Looking big, really. So, and he's a charming fella. I actually quite like Eddie Hall. So it was great seeing that. There was some nice photos with him and Jason Statham. He really was kind of promoting Eddie Hall, really, that he's going to be in the movie. So, and the fact, the big thing also about this movie is that Statham is producing this movie, so he's obviously clearly bringing in folk where he's like, I want to have, you know, have these people around me, I want to work with these people, or I get on with these people. A bit like the next casting announcement, which was Andy Garcia is going to be in this movie, which is the only one that felt like a kind of, oh, that's the kind of big name that we've got here. And they have worked together as well, another one with Jason Statham. So I thought that was quite an interesting one. I wonder again if maybe he kind of brought him in. So it was kind of nice having, okay, someone of that kind of, you know, the kind of big classic kind of name, and it kind of makes sense, and I think he kind of works in this movie. You know, would it be nice to see Harrison Ford come back? Yes, I've got a feeling it'll be that kind of maybe same role. He might be a villain, but the fact that they actually announced the villain, and then it was confirmed as the villain as Iko Uwais. And I was like, that's really good. That was actually someone I was like, I can see that. I can see the fight scenes with Jason Statham already, and they're probably going to put 110% into that. And that was something I was like, okay, now I'm very interested in this movie. I mean, Tony Jaa as well. Like, it's what I like the idea of what we're getting here from this movie is Statham is clearly bringing in people that are not necessarily like the big top action names, but they're just great at their craft, and he wants to work with them, and I think that is more interesting to me, and I think you're gonna get a more interesting movie, especially in terms of action. Like, I love the Expendables movies, but sometimes like I love seeing Arnie, but Arnie's not going to do the same as he could have done in the 80s. It's just no way. It's just what it is, sadly. So hearing someone like him, he's going to be the villain, I think that's really excites me. So yeah, so that was quite a big video there. You know, the filming has begun. It's still going in the time of making this video. It's still going. Stallone announced he's saying goodbye. The filming pics, obviously, more announcements. The villain was cast. So quite a big video here, just kind of talking about it. It was quite exciting. I wanted to, you know, kind of ever so often, I think I'll just kind of wait a little bit and then really kind of talk about it. Of what's kind of going on. So I'm very excited. I'm very interested in this movie. I like who so far has been announced. There may be more announcements. Who knows? I mean, you know, Andy Garcia and Iko Uwais was brights, you know, later on when the actual main chunk was announced. So there could be more. Who knows? I would like to see ones that were in the actual. You know, I would love to see Wesley Snipes and Antonio Banderas. They were great in Expendables 3, and it's a bit of a shame that they're not clearly part of the main chunk. So we'll see what happens there. But yes, I'd like to know what you guys think on Expendables 4. What do you think of all this to unwrap? It was a lot to talk about. I'd like to know what you guys think. More videos in the future. So until then, see you later.